how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Cooking with Rita and Ayden. Today we are starting off our cozy Thanksgiving table feast, which is a 5-part series that we're gonna go through all the steps and everything you're gonna need to complete your Thanksgiving dinner. So starting off, of course, we're starting with the turkey, the star of the dish, and we're gonna walk you through how to do this step by step from start to finish, so you could be well prepped and ready for your guests. So we went ahead and we already washed this. We removed the neck and all the other pieces that were inside of here. We also went ahead and cut off all the trimmings. So this is ready to go. All we have to do is pat it down and start putting our ingredients together, or our seasoning, I should say, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's do it. And then we're gonna need some seasoning. This is basic seasoning that we're using. And in addition to that, we have all of our herbs. It consists of celery, carrots, onions, some lemon, parsley, sage, thyme, and rosemary. Now that I have my gloves on, we're gonna go ahead and get some seasoning on this little plate. We wanna keep our dry seasoning separate. This way, once we start touching, we are not contaminating our seasoning. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of each, or tablespoon. Those are tablespoon, because this is a 13-pound turkey, so we need enough seasoning. Salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. And some crushed pepper, which is optional. The pepper is optional. Mix everything up. The pepper is completely optional, okay, guys? We just like things with a little kick around here, so. Okay, we're gonna use 1 stick of butter, which is gonna be half of this. Here you go. And the butter is at room temperature, so it's nice and soft and it's spreadable. Okay, now that we have all of our seasoning, everything's ready to go, we're gonna start getting our turkey ready. So we're just gonna go ahead and tap it. Make sure we get all the water off. We just wanna make sure it's completely dry. Let's go ahead and flip it.
Some more underneath.
Let me get water from underneath out. There we go. Get some more tissue. And you just want to tap everything. Okay, now we start generously putting some seasoning on the inside. Just sprinkle everywhere, Ayden. Sprinkle so it's like falling on the, there we go. And not just on the center. 1 second, let me go this way. I'm gonna get my hand in there and kind of like tap around just to get the seasoning everywhere. And next we're gonna add in some things in here. So we're gonna go ahead, oh, I need an apple. Yep, thyme, rosemary, and a couple of sage. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this directly inside of our turkey. Just like so. Don't need to cut it up. We're also going to need some lemon, which I went ahead and sliced. So we're going to also tuck this in here. And then we need some apple. Okay, now that I have our apples, I'm going to go ahead and tuck a few pieces inside of here. This is going to bring out some nice flavors. Let's get some in the back. You just want to, get in there and tuck everything in. We're going to also add in some parsley. And then that's it for tucking. Now we could go ahead and we're going to tie this later, but first let's get the outside going, right? So we're going to start off by getting our butter and our seasoning. Good mix. Let me get some, or sprinkle some. No.
Oh.
By hand. Everywhere. Okay. All right, that's good. We're gonna put more after. because we're gonna mix into the butter and get it underneath everywhere. Should we do some on the other side right now too? And then we'll do the other side, step out. All right, good, 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 good job. Okay, just wanna make sure you get that everywhere. Now the rest of that, or half of it at least, let's put it inside of the butter. Half of it goes on the butter. We're gonna go ahead and kind of like get your hand and go between the skin like so. We're gonna make room to put our butter seasoning in there along with some of our herbs. So you just wanna tuck. And this is why I'm wearing my gloves, just so we could get right in there. All right, now I will take some butter, just grab like a handful, and you go right in there and start putting it inside. This is gonna keep our turkey moist and also delicious. Everything's seasoned. I'm gonna go ahead and take some branches off our rosemary, and I'm gonna tuck our thyme and tuck it right in there as well. Right? And we could do the same with the rosemary. And it's important to maybe have all your stuff ready if you don't have someone helping you. This way it's gonna make life a lot easier, you know, when you're doing this. I think I'm gonna turn it around and try to get some on the others.
Tray.
Yeah, that makes sense. Turn the tray. Okay, we're gonna do the same on this part, on the breast area in the front. We're gonna try to get under the skin as well. So you just wanna pull the skin and like tuck your finger in there. And we're gonna get some butter in there. And same on the other side. All right, so what I'm doing is taking the rest of our seasoning and just breaking it into the butter along with our, so we have the sage, rosemary, and thyme in the butter that we're gonna just coat the outside. But first we have our celery, carrots, and onions that we're gonna just lay in the bottom of the pan. So Jay is just gonna slide that in. Hurry up, it's heavy. Okay, and then we sit that right on top. We could also go ahead and put all of these seasoning in here because we already touched them, and it's just gonna bring more flavor. Put it in the bottom. It's just gonna bring more flavor into all of this. So the end goal with having all of this beautiful flavors in here is to make our gravy. So that's just gonna give more flavors. Okay, so we have all of our stuff in the bottom. Now I have this beautiful butter seasoning here that I'm just gonna take everything and layer it on the top. And it's like not wanting to stick, but that's okay. It's gonna
Just leave chunks on it.
Yeah, it's gonna melt in, and just make sure you get in between your wings. Okay, and then we want to tuck while Ayden's getting some twine to tie the legs. You want to go ahead and take the wings and like tuck it underneath, just like so. We're also gonna go ahead and tuck the neck and the other internals here as well. This is all gonna help to bring out the flavors for our gravy. So you just tuck it wherever. Jay, you gonna help me with that?
Yes.
Okay, buddy, let's go. So you're just gonna wrap it around like 2 times. Got it? hazelnut.
Double knot.
Okay, that should hold. Okay, we have half a bottle of Pinot. Whatever wine you have on hand, you could use. I just chose to use this one because I have an open bottle. And then you want to pour it on the sides, not on top. If you pour it on top, obviously you're going to wash everything off. So gently pour this on the sides. And I'm just going to pour everything.
If you don't want to use that, you could use broth.
Yep, and you could use some vegetable broth, chicken broth, turkey broth, whatever you have on hand. But that's it for the seasoning for now. We're gonna go ahead and cover this up. And we're gonna place this in the fridge for a good 3-4 hours, let it season. You could even do it the night before if you'd like. Another thing you could do is brine the turkey before you get to this step, which we have a video for that I will attach for you guys if you choose to do that.
All right, so our turkey has been sitting for 6 hours now. The oven is preheated to 325, and now it's time to put this whole turkey in the oven.
In the oven. Awesome. But before we do that, we're gonna add some broth on the bottom, and then we put it in. And then this is gonna cook for about 3.5 hours. A little bit more. Okay, on the sides, again, pour on the sides so we don't wash our seasoning off. And remember, we also had the white wine in the bottom from earlier. And all of this goodness from the seasoning and all of that's gonna make the perfect gravy after. So that's it. We cover back up and in the oven. And then we want to keep an eye on it, of course. We're going to open it every probably hour or so and rebase it on the top. You could use like a suction or a regular spoon and just dip the broth, pour it on the top, put it back in. Then the last hour, we're going to uncover it. That's the plan for now. All right, our turkey's been in the oven for a good 1.5 hours or so. We're gonna bring it out and take a look. Gently, it is heavy. Got it? Ooh, strong. We are looking good, but we still have a lot to go. So let's go ahead and get some of our gravy on it, just to base it a little. We want to keep doing this every hour. From now, I think being that we are halfway there, we're going to do it more frequently. This is the first one, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's get that leg and we're going to cover it and it goes right back in. Let's get some on the wing. That is looking beautiful. Let's take it out, Jay. Watch your legs. Ooh. Watch your legs. Oh. Wow. So nice. Smells so good. All right, now that we have our turkey resting, we could move on to making our gravy. And I'm gonna go ahead and strain out the liquid out of the pan that will be used for the gravy. We don't necessarily need all of this liquid, but I'm gonna strain it all out. That over there. All right, so for this part, what we're gonna need is some butter in our pan. So just a little bit for now, just so we could make a roux and get our flour parched, which is gonna be the thickener for the liquid. All right, now that our butter is melted, we have oh, Ayden really packed this in here. We need about 2 tablespoons of flour that we're just gonna get it toasted here a little bit. When we pour gravy, it doesn't taste like raw flour, pretty much. Here we could have a little bit more liquid in there. I'll go ahead and add in some of our... And you could keep adding until it's a little... until you have a little bit to cook the flour, and then we'll add the rest. You want to use a whisker just so you could, make sure you don't have clumps in there and break it up. But I feel like we need to start ladling. So go ahead, Jay. I mean, you could pour everything at once. Go ahead. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's see how we look. I have to give it a few minutes. And then we could go ahead and add some fresh herbs to this. So you could chop it up really, really tiny and add some more fresh herbs. So Jay, you're up. It's right there. So just a couple grain or a couple leaves of thyme, rosemary, and the sage. Just really tiny. And of course, taste it to make sure you have enough salt. See if you want some more pepper in there. I feel like personally, I want to add in a little bit of pepper flakes, just because we like a little bit of a kick. So I'm just gonna add a few drops of pepper flakes. This is totally optional. It's not needed. This is a really good consistency we have going here. And we're good. We're just gonna turn this off. Oh, I already did, so. Now that that's finished, we're gonna go ahead and pour it into our bowl. I don't have a gravy bowl that perfectly pours it, so this is gonna do perfectly fine. And we have just a perfect amount. Yeah, we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of these herbs. It's gonna bring all those flavors out. And that's it for our gravy. Okay, so Jay is gonna do the honor of cutting the turkey for the first time ever. And I have his head cut off. For someone that's never cut a turkey before, Jay, where do we start?
First, we're cutting this string off for the legs.
Correct. Good point. So start on this side. All right, so this was the first time Jay was actually carving a turkey. My husband normally does it, but today we're all doing it together. So just as he demonstrates, we start with the leg and separate the pieces. Then we're gonna move on to the wings and then to the breast, which is the main part that we need to get right. So just as he's doing in the video, you want to go straight down, and then on the breast area, you just kind of want to feel where the bone is in the middle, and then slice alongside that. And then you just cut it after that as you please. I think what he did was amazing and he did a great job. So good demonstration, Jay. Like butter. Dude, that was very loud. Sorry, guys. Awesome, awesome. Okay, we have our gravy that was made from the drippings and all of that yumminess. Awesome. That looks so good. Perfect. Good job, Ayden. And now we're down to the very best part where we get to try the food. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
To take this one.
Ooh, it's just falling apart.
Yeah.
We need some gravy on there. I didn't get there fast enough.
It's yummy.
Yum. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, well, that is it for this meal. Everything came out perfect. Next video in part 2 of this series, we're gonna be preparing some mashed potato, green beans casserole, and some stuffing with a twist, with all the tips and tricks how to make your Thanksgiving perfect. So stay tuned, be sure to hit that subscribe button, put your notification on, and until next time,
See ya.
see you guys. Take care.